Kikuyu dancers, get ready. Tafadhali Kikuyu dancers. Kikuyu come to
I can see all of you have been drawn. Yeah. What does that mean? Welcome to and this is for the goat. Imwatata. When no Johnny, this is the skin for the slaughtered goat to slaughter this body. What is she show? When we slaughter, Niki Johnny, we put the skin like this. We'll throw you, then it will dry. The first wife, what and now, the other one, Arabai, or Arabai. take this and then we roast or we fry. This is our special delicacy, together with the chitoke and the binyebwa. The binyebwa is groundnut. Groundnut, it is the powder. We cook it like obuji or everything because it was a kingdom. They really had to stand their ground. So as the men, they are coming from there.
Utapata kuna nyumba ya bibi wa pili, omukasi, omutiti. Omutiti meaning bibi mdogo. So ukiangalia vizuri, nyumba ya bibi mkubwa ni kubwa kushinda ya bibi mdogo. So alikuwa anapewa first priority. Sasa hii ndio jikoni ndani. Alafu kulikuwa na lakini sasa
Adela tunaanza kati ya moda, lakini sasa tuna moja wao traditional moja hapa. Dera ni mshauri sasa. Hapo tunaenda kwa stage. Ndio mnaenda pale. Walikuwa wamesema aturejelee chakula. Nini ngakatoa?
For my size.
Today we have a very special day. It's when our students showcase different cultures. And what we are emphasizing nowadays is that we should not forget the good aspects of culture. As much as there are those pieces of culture that we need to leave behind, we still strongly believe that our African, Kenyan cultures have very important segments of moral values, of good behavior. And that is what we have in mind when we are bringing on board our parents, our stakeholders, our well-wishers all over Kenya. We want to tell the world that our girls need to be mentored. They need to be shown around how it was before, good things that happened in the past, and we need to have them for them to be all-rounded. We are showcasing almost 14 different tribes represented by different students in the country. We have students even from outside the country. We have the Somalis, we have the Baganda community from Uganda, we have the Dinka from Sudan, all of them together. And the message we want to pass across to everyone is that culture unifies. Culture brings people together. It's very important that the government thinks about integrating in a more serious way, thinks about culture to our children. We do not want to have a generation in future where the children don't know where they came from. They don't know their language, they don't know their culture, they don't know their way of life, they don't know their values, their norms, their way of life. It is important that the government seriously integrates elements of teaching of different cultures in the Kenyan curriculum. If learners are being taught the German language, the French language, I hear there is also Chinese language, Mandarin in the CBC, we need to think about learning Tholuo, learning Kikuyu language, learning the Abagusi, learning the Abaluya, and all the other tribes that we have in Kenya. This culture exposition is important because we have seen a lot of creativity amongst the girls and a lot of innovativeness. We just give the girls the theme of the year of the culture, and they are able to work around with locally available materials. We don't provide a lot of things to them. And those of the people who have visited the different communities, the different villages, we have been able to see the extent of creativity that the students are putting in place to showcase their culture, to do the cooking, to do the dressing, to do the modeling, to do all kind of things that they have possibly learned.
Yes, my name is Velma Namachemo, the principal, Nakuru School. To us, this event is very important because it helps our girls to know their traditional African heritage, where they came from, originally what was done in their traditional times, how food was cooked, and how they were earning their living, including the cash crops that they were growing, including the cultures, marriage, initiation, and all that. So it's very important for young girls to be brought up in a generation where they know where they're coming from, because in our present times, we have children who do not know even how to speak their mother tongue. So this acts as a mentorship program to them, so that they can also be able to tell to the world that we are able to showcase our culture. We were able to come out to more, to innovate things that were used in the past, such as calabashes, such as the fly whisks, and so forth.
My name is Grace Namnyak. I come from the Maasai community, and I am a parent from the Maasai community, Form 3. I am so happy to be here today to see the different cultures that are represented in the school and how the girls are trying to emulate the cultures that they come from. Culture is a very good thing because it connects our forefathers, the new generation and the coming generation. When the younger generation forgets culture, the coming generations will not know what was happening in their culture in the past. For the Maasai community, I am aware of several negative cultural practices like forced early marriage, female genital mutilation, but today we are here to celebrate the girls that have broken the barriers of culture, the negative cultural practices, and now that they are in school and very willing to showcase their culture and to share it with the other community. It will be a very good thing for the government to emulate Nakuru School. that like bring culture into school, help kids to learn their culture, because even most of them come from towns, they don't know anything that happens in the village. So if they can bring it into schools, the kids will learn and know what is in their culture and love and embrace it. My appeal is to the government to include culture. As they do CBC, they include culture and cultural practices and cultural days like these ones in schools to bring together parents, students, and the school, the entire school community to share the cultures.
So I'm Clara, I'm from Germany, and I think that's a really good idea with all the cultures, because so other people can also get to know other cultures. And it's the first time for me in Kenya, so I didn't know a lot about the different cultures, so it was really interesting for me to hear about it, like how they lived and also the food they eat. Yeah. I think it's a great country, and I think it's also great that there are a lot of different cultures and that different cultures are embraced, and it's not just one in all. I think I like the songs and the dancing. I liked it very much because we don't have that in Germany. So yeah, that was... Yes, and that a lot of cultures are here. So it's not just one or two or three, but I think it's all cultures are represented that are in the school. I think that's a great idea.
My name is Tesha Nyambura. I'm a Kikuyu representative in Nakuru school. We are different from other cultures through the meal we eat. It's not similar to the other groups. The clothes we dress, it's not similar to the other groups. Yes.
So, I'm Madam Faith Olendo from Nakuru School. The Luo culture starts from Nyanza region. And if at all you talk about the Luo culture, you remember fish, which is known as rech. We love fish, and it's our day-to-day meal. If you don't cook to a Luo man or a Luo lady a fish, then it looks like there's nothing that you have done to them. Then thereafter, we have our homestead. And our homestead, we are polygamous in nature, and we don't fear it because it sounds nice being loved. What I would urge the government or the schools at large to do is, one, introduce that cultural in our schools so that our schools can be able to advance. Remember, we teach in a school different communities, so we can be able to see that Kikuyu do this, Kalenjin do this. We are able to mingle around and interact with people.